It's in the provincial districts that police are fighting for Afghanistan's future, where the bodies of members of the Taliban are displayed like hunting trophies. A reassurance to rural communities that they're safe. A warning to armed fighters of what to expect from ADRASKAN district's governor-chief. But in remote areas of Afghanistan, local officials know security does not only come from the barrel of a gun. Gaining the confidence of Afghan people is equally important.
They are the poorest of the poor and really need a lot of help. Definitely these men have no other choice but to become Taliban, criminals, or join an insurgent group if they don't find a job. We try our best to help them, but the insurgents also try their best to easily recruit them.
Despite ongoing challenges, Herat province is doing better than many other parts of Afghanistan, making it a destination for people trying to escape the 19-year-long war in their country. This camp's been here for 2 years. The men, women, and children living here fled fighting in nearby provinces to the relative safety of Herat. But living conditions here are very basic. Tents are barely standing. Most people are exposed to the elements all the time. There is no medical help, and there is never enough food. Places like this have become the blind spot of this conflict. Unseen and unheard, people here are angry.
There is no one representing ordinary people in peace talks with the Taliban, so how can those talks be successful? These people lost their family members, but no one even came to show sympathy for them.
Moheen was born after his family came to this camp 2 years ago. This winter, the only place he ever knew, is also where he died. All his father has left of him is a single picture on his phone.
There was a lot of snowfall that day. We were staying in the tent. We took our child to the clinic. I didn't have money for my son's treatment, so we came back to the camp. That night was very cold, and the next morning, my son was dead.
Fatima's father is worried she might be next. She's been running a fever for days. There's no one to turn to for help.
We're living in these thin tents. No one helped us with proper tents, and no one's helping us with food and winter supplies.
Everyone seems to have a story of a family member who's died from a preventable illness. They hold out registration cards for benefits they say never come or are not enough.
It is very cold and we are shaking because of the cold. We do not have anything to keep ourselves warm. People give us little time and little help.
If the US leaves, it will get even worse. Afghans are already killing each other. The Taliban killed 4 of my family members, including my husband and his brother. I fled my home with 4 children and came here.
Americans measure the cost of the longest war in their history in the billions of dollars. And in Kabul, Doha, and Washington, they're trying to negotiate a deal with the Taliban that would make it possible to withdraw US forces from the country. But in displacement camps all over Afghanistan, fathers and mothers measure the cost of the war in lost lives. Zein, Basravi, Al Jazeera, Herat, Afghanistan.